Hey there, Marcus. How are you doing? Okay, so I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to help you put together a marketing campaign for Cara. And this is a quick hack for when you're trying to put together any marketing campaign. Of course, none of this can be done unless you've done the core work and you've done the 10 Commandments and all those kinds of things. So, what I tend to do, if there's somewhere on Trello that has a whole bunch of lists of let me pause the video and see if I can see that. Or you know what, we'll circle back to that later. Anyway, just decide what are the things that you want to post, right? So for the ACBN, I wanted to highlight their core. And then I wanted to do something like a did you know, right? Because in terms of your social media, you want it to be engaging. You want people to come back. You want to train them. And that's why it's good for her to have something consistent. So every Tuesday, it's like Testimonial Tuesday or Inspirational Wednesday or Efficiency Friday, like whatever. So people get used to coming back and they'll get used to seeing it. And then they can share her stuff. So she might want to do quotes. She might want to do, one of the things you're going to highlight is her core offerings. And you want to post around her buyer personas. You want to focus on what she does uniquely better than anyone else and use that in your campaign. So just again for the ACBN, just to give you an example of different ideas you can use. So we did, there was this government grant. So we wanted to highlight information about, did you know that you can get money from this government grant? Did you know that this time in Black Canadian history, did you know? So those are the did you knows. And then because we were dealing with people of African Caribbean descent, we know we like our music, we have a very unique culture and entertainment. So, I wanted to highlight somebody that was musical, that also gets a lot of attention on social media. This is not necessarily going to work for Cara, but I just want you to see the idea about how I go about creating these campaigns, and they're different for every business, right? And then I think that there are a lot of definitions in business that small business entrepreneurs don't even necessarily know about. So that's why we wanted to include some business definitions in their social media. We wanted to do a highlight about membership. So for Cara, you might want to do something about a sale. I don't know. Then, highlight any Black person. And then you just repeat that. So you have a quote, you highlight a core, you focus on, a buyer persona, did you know, business definition, Black music, and you just repeat that, right? But once you know what it is you want, again, I'm going to try to also give you an example of one that I did for your dad. So you can see once you get like a rhythm and a flow, that's what you focus on. So moving on. So when I was working on the ACBN posting, because I knew about their demographics, 60% were women. So I made sure that out of the 5 days of the week, 3 days of the week, 60% featured women in whatever it was I was posting. In terms of their age demographics, we know that very few of them were under 34, so we don't have that many, but we knew the majority of them were in their mid 40s. So you're going to have a man and who's 45, a woman who's 55. The different types of people that were interested in the ACBN programs, they were professionals, artists, people who were in education. This just talks about what the breakout means. I should probably highlight it so it looks a little bit different. Anyway, it doesn't matter, bold. Business consulting, legal, accounting. So these are dancers. These are our markets, our demographics. These are the types of businesses that are looking for money and needing help with their business. So this is who we focused on. So you're basically going to do the same thing for Cara. See, it's talking about specifics. Right. Oh, and then it talked about their place of origin. We know, again, based on research, what the Black composition is in Canada and how many of them are considered Black Canadians, multi-generational, how many of them are from the African continent, and how many of them are from the Caribbean. So, yeah. Again, these are just the examples of other things that we could post about. Do an inspirational quote on Monday. Did you know on Tuesdays? Focus on their offerings, definitions, what's a private lender, what's a micro business, what's a micro loan, right? And again, it's focusing on what the ACBN offers, right? And then this is other stuff, just the kind of music that we would include. and making sure that we're focusing on these different types of people that are action, they like flash, people that are into relationships and community. You want to make sure that you have numbers and statistics and graphs for technically minded people, and then you want to talk about stability, security, all the stuff that stability people care about. So that's just how you do your mix. And then for the weekly posting, did I finish this? Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. It's the ACBN. This was probably just a branding time. So there are times like you'll see with Bello, I'll just put up their logo. Sometimes it's nice to just have some branding. So branding, you can do a quote. Did you know? Did you know? Then you're featuring Side Hustle Sarah, Beginner Ben. We could have included the other buyer personas, but Mapton was only doing 2 of them for the ACBN. But of course, when you're doing someone's larger plan, you would include all the different buyer personas. Do you need access to capital? And notice, so these are different weeks, right? So obviously it looks like they're focusing on capital for the first 3 weeks, and then they're focusing on something else for the next 3 weeks, and then they're focusing on buyer personas for the next 3 weeks. So again, you can do whatever you want. Different things that the ACBN offers. So planning statistics, get a loan for your business. Do you need help with your business plan? Right? So you don't have to do it like this. Like this, I like 3 weeks because, 21 days, a habit, repetition. People need to see things, 8 to 12 times before they buy. So you could focus on business planning, and then you could focus on getting a loan, and then you could focus on marketing, and then you could focus. So you don't have to have clumpy themes. You can just do it any way you want to. It really doesn't matter. And then here is just an example, hopefully, of what, their Instagram would look like. And I have all their core and their buyer personas off here to the side with their branding. Of course, their branding has changed. So here is exactly everything we said, but now you see it translated. So we had a quote, we've got the branding, we focus on the different people, business planning, youth, CJ Walker with the hair products, right? That we posted this right around the Netflix time that it came out. Did you know? Again, something people can look forward to and expect. Did you know we featured people? Did you know again? Right? Maya Angelou, featured Canadians, feature something people don't know so that they're curious. Right? Music, featuring a local Canadian person. Dizzy Gillespie, music, jazz, right? So Tracy Moore. So that's sort of how we did this plan for the ACBN. So this is just how you quickly come up with a plan. So I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to start over and create a plan, hopefully in the next 15 minutes, for Cara based on the information you provided. I'm going to see what makes sense.